talked about
Okay,
it as well.
this part right here, just like yesterday, if you have the probability of something or something else, you're adding those things together. If you have the probability of something and something else, you're multiplying. And what these things here represent rows and columns. So yesterday you just had a group of data that was either in a row or just it was one concept. Today you have a chart of a whole bunch of things, lots of different information. So we have to understand what this other stuff is. I'll get to that in a second. So let me do a quick review so it makes sense on here what we're doing today. So if I just said, I want to know the probability that being a cat owner, that you like romantic comedy. Okay, so what that is saying is I only want to look at the people who own cats. I could care less if somebody owns a dog. Okay, if you're a cat owner, I'm only talking about you. Well, out of all the cat owners, who likes romantic comedies? Well, that would be 30 people who own cats out of the 42. So the probability that you own a cat and you like romantic comedies, that's 30 out of 42. All right, that's just one group of data, and I'm only focusing on that. Now, today it's going to be said like this, and this is important. So if you see the word given, that means it's a conditional type of probability, and it's really pretty easy, but you got to remember this. If I say, what's the probability that you like romantic comedies given you're a cat owner? It's the exact same thing as what I just got done telling you about. If you see the word given, you only use the data of what follows the given word. So, given you're a cat owner. That means I'm only looking at the cat owner column. Okay? And, so what's the probability that you like romantic comedy? Well, that'd be 30 out of 42. That's what that means. So the word given is important. It tells you what you're only looking at. I could do a row as well. What's the probability that you are a cat owner given you like romantic comedies? Okay, so that means you're only going to look at romantic comedies. So there's 48 people who like romantic comedies. Of those 48 people, who owns a cat? Well, 30. So 30 out of 48 would be that probability. So the word given, what follows the word given is what is the only information you're going to look at. Okay? That's important to remember that. I'm not going to tell you that again. All right, now back to this stuff with the and the or. Since we have a whole bunch of stuff, if I say this, what is the probability that you like romantic comedies or you like action movies? So, now we have two sets of data. And it's just like last night. As long as there are 2 or 3 rows, I could say romantic comedy or action or horror. I could do 3 things, but typically we just do 2. So since I'm using 2 rows, they don't overlap at all, right? Versus if I say romantic comedies and cats, those would overlap. Do you see that? All right, so if they're not overlapping, then it's just like what you did yesterday. The probability that you like romantic comedies or action movies would be 48 out of 100 plus 39 out of 100. That'd be the probability, right? What you're looking for over the total plus what you're looking for over the total. That was last night. If they overlap, let's do this. The probability that you are a dog owner and you like action movies. Let's do the or. Let's stick with or. I'll do and in a second. The probability that you are a dog owner or you like action movies. So now you are overlapping. So think about what you're doing. So the probability that you are a dog owner is 38 out of 100. The probability that you like action movies is 39 out of 100. Well, I counted 20 twice. the 20 in the dog owners and the 20 in the action part, okay? So when you say or, you're wanting to, you don't care about one or the other. You just want this one and you want that one. It's one or the other, okay? So that's why you add the two together. The problem is they're not exclusive if they overlap. And mutually exclusive is what we like. And I'm saying that word because it's also in your homework, it's in all the stuff you're going to be reading about and being tested on, okay? So if it's not mutually exclusive, that means it overlaps. Does that make sense? Okay, so the problem is if you have something that's not mutually exclusive, you got to subtract off the overlap part because you added it twice. So again, the probability that you are a dog owner or you like action movies, dog owner would be 38 out of 100, action movies 39 out of 100, but you better subtract 20 out of 100 from that because you added it twice. Okay? So if they cross and you have an or, that means make sure you subtract what's overlapped. That's the shortcut. Okay? Now the and. So like yesterday, if I said probability that you are a cat owner and a dog owner. Notice that they are both columns. I could do rows as well, but they don't overlap, right? Okay, so it's just like last night. If they don't overlap, it's just like your basic probability. The probability that you're a cat owner, 42 out of 100. Probability you're a dog owner, 38 out of 100. Multiply the two together, because that was and. You with me? Okay, if they cross, okay? If they cross, the answer is just the overlap. So think about it. It's common sense, but just think about it. Let's just use the same thing we have up here. The probability that you're a dog owner and you like action movies. That's just 20 out of 100. Doesn't that make sense? Yeah. So the shortcut is that stuff over there. And then in 2.5 weeks when we go take the test, you got to try to remember all these things, okay? But if you can remember that stuff, it's just really easy. Remember what given means and the words mutually exclusive and stuff, okay? All right, that's it.